Hey guys, it's Cabo Gary back here. Well, I got a new uh, piece of equipment, I guess you'd say, or tool. We're going to give a shot today. It's brand new to Harbor Freight right now. It's the Central Machinery 12-inch shop press brake. So this will go into my press, and I'll be able to bend up to 3/8 metal with it, which is pretty cool. Let me bring you over to the box and we'll look at the specifications. So here's the specifications of it. So it'll do up to 3 inches. Well, let's see, mild steel. Huh. I saw this advertised as bending 3/8, but it's only 5/16 in mild steel. That was kind of a little tricky marketing on their point, I feel. Uh, Yeah, they got it in parentheses. I mean, it's there. It's in English. It's not getting hidden, but I just saw that it had been 3/8 and thought that's what it was, but I guess it doesn't. But we have some 3/8 we're going to give a shot, so we're going to see. But it'll be able to bend an 1/8 inch up to, or I'm sorry, 3/16 up to a foot wide, so that's not too bad. 3/16 is what a lot of stuff is made out of, so that would need bends in it. Anything wider than that, you'd probably just cut and weld the angle that you need. So I think it's going to work out pretty good. So let's open this up and see what that looks like. All right, let's get her opened up. I think it comes fully assembled. We'll see. Yeah, so this is what got me. And it is written clearly. But it says bends mild steel and aluminum up to 12 inches long and 3/8 thick. That, I feel, is a little bit of false advertising because it says steel and aluminum up to 12 inches. Where back here, it says it'll only bend aluminum. So I read it here in the store and I thought, well, shoot, 3/8, that thick, that long, that's pretty dang good. But not too happy with how that was worded there. But it's going to do what I need anyways, so I'm not too upset about that. I just think it's a little confusing how they wrote that. Comes with the owner's manual, and then a box within a box within a box. I think because it's heavy that they had to box it a lot so it wouldn't break the box. This is what it looks like. But yeah, there's so far 3 boxes together. And it is not assembled, which I was told in the store it was. I didn't read on the box to see. Let me bring you closer so you can see as I unbox. Alright, so there's the die. Those are, something's in there still. Let's see. Alright. Here's the base plate. This is all in some sort of packing oil. I'm going to grab some gloves so I don't have to deal with it all day. Okay, just putting on a set of gloves. I don't have running water at my shop, so I don't want to. I've been using gloves, so I could just use a wet wipe and stuff to clean up with to drive home. All right, let's open this up. So we got the base plate. We got the die here. Actually, I'm not sure, guys. Is it this the die or is that which? Or is the set the die? I'm not sure how that is actually classified. Here's the spring thing. The other thing. And then there's a bag of hardware. It looks like it has the tool to assemble it. They just fling washers around. Comes with 2 Allen tools. I dropped the screw. I'm going to open the manual and look how to assemble this. Since I'm doing a video, I want to do it right, how they have it, so there's no confusion, but I don't think you guys need to sit and watch me read. Okay, there isn't much reading to it. Basically, you use the cap screws and a washer, you bolt this down, and then you come and you bolt these down, and then this slides over the top of it. And then these screws, of course, bolt it to the press. So I'm going to set you up, we'll assemble it. Okay, so the one tool you do need is you need a wrench. 3/4, it probably is a 19, but 3/4 and 19 are pretty much the same. So I'm going to set this down. Doing this on this welding table is easy to lose parts with the holes. Gonna just thread this in here. I kind of wish this was completely flat on the bottom, because now these bumps and stuff are going to have to be floated underneath. It's not a big deal, but it'd be nice like this is flat. You could just set it on your plates and not have to mess with the hardware, but I'm definitely going to have to make sure that the hardware is not getting into it. A little burr on that. Powered right through it though. Okay. Good thing is there's plenty of grease in here. Probably never have to lube this. Okay. I'm going to grab a rag and wipe it all down because it's got so much assembly lube on it. Okay. Okay, guys, so I put it on the second pin from the bottom. There's still a gap here. I'm going to loosen these and bottom this out in here and see if we got enough stroke for it to work here. I feel like those plates are supposed to be under this, but I don't know how to do that. The instruction manual said just place on the press. So that's what we're doing right now. Let's back these all the way out. These knobs are awesome. I bought that off of Schwag Off-Road. You don't need pliers or anything. You just have a knob in a hand to work the release on the jack. Okay, so I got a little bit of pressure under it. So now we're gonna eyeball center it in here and tighten it down. Okay, now I'm just curious. Let's see if this has enough stroke to go all the way down with it. So I'm bottomed out, and I still put my hand under. There is something I think I could do. I think that'll work. Just stack both of the plates that come with the press under there, and that works. So guys, I didn't make this clear in the video. So what's going on here is all this hardware there too comes through this bottom plate. So you can't just put these anywhere, or you'd be resting on the hardware and it wouldn't support it right. And I feel like with this much pressure, I mean, you got 40,000 pounds with a 20-ton jack pressing down on it, that it'd kink it. So my solution right now is to stack the weights in between the hardware. And it seems to work. I'd rather have this supported all the way across, this way and this way. I wish these were countersunk somehow. I don't know of the proper way to do that, but I feel like that was, I'm not happy with how they did that. I know that would have probably added too much money to do it a different way. This plate would have had to been thick enough for the hardware to hide into it, or which they could have probably done that with like a countersunk Allen on that one. They could have probably hid those, and maybe I'll look in doing that, beveling that and hide it, because those are just positioning bolts there. The ones on the end aren't. But if I could do, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to bevel those holes and put countersunks in, Allens, and then I can move these plates under it and get a better support for that. I think that is a much better way to do that. Harbor Freight's listening. Bevel those holes and put countersinks in them, and make it so these would be able to sit and support a wider area. I think that would be the ticket on it. So yeah, I just this is filmed after I did all the bending and stuff, but I just didn't cover that right making the video. I was getting frustrated trying to get it all set up right. And my jack, I laid it down in my bed to get it to the new shop, and I think the fluid's all in the wrong places, so it's got air in it. It's finally starting to work itself back out. So yeah, that's what I think needs to happen to support it. It still needs to be that high though. So we're gonna need more of those plates. Uh, but I would rather have it supported all the way out because then you can support the whole length of it. And I just feel like that would be a better way to go. Okay, guys, so it's all set up in here. We're going to try a couple different steels. Okay, guys, we're going to test this a couple times. I didn't have 3/16, 12 inches wide. This is 10 gauge. So we're going to start the test off easy. This is under what it's supposed to be able to do. Let's just see how it works. A little slow with the press, but made contact. We're going to go till the bottom's out. That should be 90 degrees. Okay, that's bottom. So yeah, it made a nice bend. It is more than 90. So there's going to be a little bit of playing. But yeah, I bent 10 gauge, nice straight line. So 10 gauge is good. So the next one we're moving on to is 1/4 inch. And I marked this as 6 inches. So we're going to put that in there. So this is what it's supposed to be capable of in 1/4 inch. So we got it down. Okay, there's it bottomed out. I think I'm going to get one of those magnetic angle finders for this. So I could get the angles right. But man, it bent that nice. Look how tight that is. That's 1/4 inch steel. It did rip a little bit here, but it is a little bit of weathered steel. But yeah, it did rip it. And it did leave a little bit of a tool mark on the inside here. But overall, I'm pretty happy with that. I mean, I can make some good brackets. I think I would probably heat it a little bit to keep it from ripping, though, if I was building something important with it. So now, let's go up to the thickest steel that this is supposed to be able to do. And that's 5/16, which is this here. Now, that's supposed to be able to do 3 inches. This is where I'm going to bend it. It's 2 inches. So this is under the thickness that it's supposed to be able to do. So I should do it pretty easily. Let's put it in right there. I think transporting this thing got the oil all mixed up in my deal. My jack, it's got like a bubble at a certain spot. It's getting better though, so using it is working. Oh, this is easier than that last one we did. So yeah, I think it would do 3 inch, no problem. I'm worried that it might be ripping it though, because it got real easy. That's probably being older steel. It did rip it. I have a feeling that's older steel. is what's causing that. I know it is. So now we're going to go beyond what it's supposed to do. This is 3/8, 2-inch wide. Let's see what happens. Yes, it bent it. No problem. That's 3/8 mild steel. And this was not rusted like the other one, so it didn't rip the metal. So the ripping of the metal was due to that, had some oxidation on it. But yeah, this thing does what it says it's going to do and more. Let's take a look at the dies. So still as sharp as ever, never really marked it. Got a little paint transfer and stuff down there, but yeah. This thing is awesome. Let's see if I can get it to focus. So that's what it's supposed to do. So we did beyond the thickness that it's supposed to do, and it did it no problem. So I'm pretty excited about this. So guys, yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. I think it's worth the money for sure. It was $159. This weekend they had a $25 off if you spend over $100, so I used that on it. It does what it says it's going to do, plus more. So it's going to come in real handy building brackets and stuff like that. Before, you had to heat up stuff and hammer it and stuff like that. And your brackets are always beat up and stuff. So I think this is going to help me make a lot nicer brackets to mount stuff, especially on this cab over project that's coming up. That should roll in the shop here pretty soon. And yeah, I'll put a link in the description to it from Harbor Freight. I get nothing from this. I bought it with my own money. I just like to make videos and share my experience with everybody. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. And I'm going to start doing more of these tool reviews. I'm probably going to start under another category. But they always seem to do pretty good on my channel when I do one. So yeah, I'm happy to report that that thing is worth the money, and I would definitely do it. And the ripping in the metal is because that's old metal. Now that probably actually makes it a little harder to bend because rusty metal gets like a little stiffer feeling to me. So I don't think that I know that didn't affect how hard it was to bend it. It just that it ripped because it had fissures going in there where the rust got in. So yeah, that thing, I highly recommend it. That's Cab Over Gary. Thanks you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.